Hello, everyone. It's Annette. This is In the Know 360, bringing you unfiltered stories, game, and exclusive drops from the next wave of stars. And now you're locked into In the Know 360, where real conversations meet raw talent. Let's go. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to In the Know 360 show hosted by me, Annette, the warm-hearted warrior diva. This show gives you insights on the journeys of high-achieving business owners and music artists and artists of all walks of life. And so today we have a special guest, and his name is Mr. Alberto Vargas from Alberto Productionz. Yay! Thank you for joining
Hello.
me this evening, sir.
No, thank you for having me. Appreciate you on it.
Thank you. By the way, I just wanted to interject that I really enjoyed your video, that short film you did with Jay Anthony at
Yeah.
the end of the video. I was like, wow,
Mhm.
that's really cool. Um,
Funny thing about that video, it was an improv.
really?
Yeah, so it was not scripted. So when we got the project going, we just went with the project. Certain scenes were like, as we went, we just went
Mhm.
with it. There's part two and a part three coming up. Part two will be animation. That
Mm.
one's gonna be coming up later in the future.
Oh, wow, amazing. Well, I can't wait. It is so funny. I'm gonna turn the mic over to you, but what made the name or who made the name Wheezy?
So I was trying to think of something cheesy, you know. I was like, let me find a silly character that I can think of, and that's where the name came up, Wheezy.
Oh, I love it. It worked out perfectly, especially the I don't know, I think you sped up the vocal, and so it
Yes,
became, like, very animated. I just couldn't stop laughing. I was like, "Oh my gosh,
yeah.
this is hilarious,"
Funny,
and
funny story about Wheezy. So just a quick little sneak peek about him because I didn't really tell the story too much about Wheezy. Just that
uh-huh.
he's a magical character. But moving forward, he there's a longer story behind him. And who is Wheezy? Like that's the question. Later I'll be telling as the story goes.
Okay. I love it. I kept laughing. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is hilarious. But thank you for that. That made my day. So
Appreciate you.
I think everybody should check it out. I'm definitely gonna show later on this live where to find you on your YouTube channel, so that way they
Yeah,
can see the the
thank
cool
you. Well,
videos.
definitely wanted to give my boy Jay Anthony a shout out. A great actor and a director. Reason why I'm here today. So I'm really grateful that he was able to bring me towards your way, that recommendation. So thank you.
Well, thank
Shout
you
out to
so
him.
much. Yeah, shout out to Jay Anthony for sure. What a great team he has for this next Lifetime film. But I'm going to
Mhm.
turn the mic over to you, sir, so you can introduce yourself, let us know who you are, what your role is, etc.
Of course, thank you. So do you want to know just a quick little recap how it all started?
Sure. Let's
Like
take you back all the way to when you first started the your filming and all that good
yeah,
stuff.
so it started before I actually was doing video and photography, obviously I was struggling a bit. So I was working to job, that wasn't easy. I was working in the fields as well, in the grapes. That wasn't easy. So I was like, "Ooh, this is something I didn't really like as much, even though I do respect the field, It's I respect the hard workers out there, and I realized myself it's not easy, it's hard out there. So I went back to school, and then little by little, I started getting more networks out there. I wanted to explore the idea of video and photography, but during that time, I was doing art. So in 2013, I explored the idea of art. So I was doing like a lot of paintings, maybe on backpacks, shoes, canvases, and and so on. and uh, didn't pay the bills, right? So I was struggling a bit, but I loved what I did. And but I was really grateful to meet a lot of other entrepreneurs throughout my artsy side, right? So but still during that time I was still going to job, and eventually I, I decided to take it more seriously when it came to film and photography. So I ended up working at a school at a community college. It was called the Bakersfield College Office of Student Life. So I was doing video photography there for 2 years, and I loved it. The great environment out there. The staff were amazing. I was able to go to other departments as well, do video photography for them, cover sports like um, football, uh, the cheerleading squad, a little bit of baseball. But yeah, so I was able to do other stuff out there as well in the campus. And as time went by, I was like, okay, you know what? I kind of want to take this more seriously. So it was in 2017 when I started my business, Alberto Productionz. And I was like, you know what? I want to do something with this. And, I am grateful, and I want to, all my blessings come because of God. So really grateful for him. He actually brought me to you as well. So I'm really faith based as well. So I'm really grateful that all these blessings do come from God. And I constantly remind people, wherever I'm going, wherever I'm blessed, these opportunities do come because of Him. And that's just me, speaking for myself. um, so yeah, in 2017, I was able to start Alberto Productions, and I started networking more, and I realized during that time, I was kind of like trying to just promote my work, like, hey, let me promote my work and I'll cover this for you at certain events and projects. And they were asking me how much do I pay you? And I'm like, no, I'll do it for free. And they're like, no, I want to pay you. So I'm like, oh wow, they want to pay me. So I was a little bit surprised, I was like, oh, but this is just my hobby, so as I started covering more events, I noticed that they were wanting to pay me for, to keep moving forward. So I did appreciate that support. So that shifted all my ideas to, I was like, okay, you know what? I can actually do this for a living. And so I started covering fashion shows for friends, and I started doing photography for models. And then that's when I started collaborating with singers as well. Did a couple music videos, and covered a good amount of fashion shows as well. So you can see some stuff that I posted on YouTube. Whenever I got the chance, I posted on Alberto Productionz with the Z. You find me there. But on all my social medias, that's where you'll find me. Anytime I had time, I would post stuff right there. And then more people started reaching out. So moving forward, I applied for a grant to continue to grow my business, and thankfully, it was called the BC Launchpad, and then I was able to be one of the recipients. Did get 5,000 from there, so I was really grateful. Uh, I did put some work in there, so it was definitely worth it. I'm really grateful for that. But moving forward, I did invest more in my equipment, and I was able to work. I wanted during the pandemic, I did wanted to focus a little bit of time, doing some service in the community. So I ended up working for a couple of nonprofits, and I'm okay naming these nonprofits because they're amazing nonprofits out there. They do help a lot of people out there. So one of them was She Power Leadership Academy. So about 2 years, I was doing their video and photography, and then I ended up going to Bakersfield SPCA, the nonprofit as well. Was able to play with a lot of cats and dogs, big pet lover. But I was
Yeah.
also doing the video photography for them as well, getting those pets adopted. So pretty excited when people were coming in to adopt the pets. And after that, I shifted to another nonprofit, Dreams and Hope for the Children. For a year, I was doing video photography there, and after that, I was like, okay, so I think I want to focus back onto my business. So I went back into the film and the productions. Spent a good amount of time covering quinceañeras, sweet 16s, 21st weddings, and private events. I was able to, during the time when I was growing my business, uh, there's certain famous people out there that I really don't know who they were, but my friends are like, "Oh, you know who you're gonna go cover the event for?" And I'm like, "I don't know who they are." So I did my research, and I was like, "Oh, wow, I didn't even know." So a couple of years when I started my business, there's Common. He's a great actor, rapper. I was able to. He did a private event in Bakersfield, and I was able to do video and photography for their event that they were hosting, and that's where I got to meet him. Amazing person, individual, and I was like, oh wow. So I actually get to meet people out there that are well known as well, just doing what I love. Fast forward a couple years later, uh, there's a Bakersfield Women's Conference, and then it was a big event, one of my first big events that I ever got to cover. And there was Laila Ali there, one of the hosts. Yeah, she's an amazing, was an amazing boxer. I'm not sure if she's still boxing, right? She's not anymore. But she's also an amazing actor, and then she has accomplished a lot of amazing stuff as well. So I got to meet her, super tall, very friendly. Uh, got to meet the security guards too, very strong people. But yeah, so I was able to cover the event. Really happy with that one. And then ever since then, I've been able to cover for other types of private events, conferences, and stuff like that as well. And a couple months, 2025, fast forward, I decided to start growing my business even more because I do vision my business to grow into a huge studio to eventually, pass it on to the next generation when it comes to visionaries and entrepreneurs, especially in the creative side, in the film, in the photography, and the animation as well. So, introducing the animation, maybe like 3, 4 months ago, I started getting more curious on that side because I do love art. So, I decided to animate. So, maybe at the end of the year, most likely at the end of the year, I'll be able to publish another film. It does take a little bit of time to edit animations, but it's definitely worth it. And now I'm able to fund my projects, and again, now I have those networks that I once didn't have. It did took I had to believe in myself, just because it wasn't easy at first, but once I actually said, you know what, I just gotta keep moving forward, move those obstacles out of the way, and that's when all these blessings started coming. So um, I get to collaborate with amazing filmmakers, directors, producers, singers as well, and get to collaborate with you on this. So I'm really grateful for that as well.
Well, I am grateful for you being here today. By chance, did you ever meet James Gunn?
No,
Not
mm,
yet.
so,
Not
so
yet.
not yet. So the funny thing about those is just there's certain projects that sir there's networks out there, they reach out to me and they're like, hey, I need you to go cover this event or this private event, this private conference. Can you show up? And then I say yes or no, and that's when I find out later they'll disclose all the information who's gonna be there. So I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't even know who was gonna be there. So once they disclose all this information, I'm like, oh, now I know who I'm gonna go cover the event for, who's hosting the event, and who's part of the main ones from the events as well.
Oh wow. Oh, that's
So I
super
know,
cool.
so some of them are surprised, but I trust the people because they're good networks, and I know they're good people out there.
Yeah, for sure. That's so funny because, like, my son and I, we we're sad because we're waiting for the next season for the Peacemaker, and we were
Oh
just
yes,
talking about like the different films that's out there and how when there's a new director and
yes,
it just changes. And I
uh,
was learning about the lighting and
yeah. So I
how.
am I, I maybe one day, who knows?
Yeah, no, for real. I can see it. I can see it already.
Thank you. I was like, so there's a, if you want me to name a couple places that I do travel to when it comes to covering projects, film, producing films, and photography as well. I've gotten the opportunities to travel to New Orleans, Louisiana, um, Sacramento, Los Angeles. Got to stay there for a while, covering a couple film projects in um, Las Vegas. There's a certain other locations, Oxnard, California, Long Beach. Um, is that some near areas like around Bakersfield, like Arvin, Wasco, Shafter. Um, there's other places as well that I got to travel. That trying to name more farther places because I do travel. You know, when it comes to it. Thankfully, they're the ones that are able to cover those costs for me to go over there. I did love covering a project out in Sacramento. Beautiful area over
Oh,
there. Yeah, kind of cold when I went. New Orleans, Louisiana. It's amazing.
oh,
Los
I
Angeles,
bet.
is good too. A lot of networks out there. A lot of entrepreneurs that I was able to meet.
Have
Yeah.
you ever been to like Europe or overseas somewhere?
Where exactly?
Like overseas, in Europe or any other countries?
That's the goal later in the
Yeah.
future. Want to
Okay.
travel to Paris and cover a couple fashion shows over there. So that's the goal.
Oh yeah. I can totally see it. Never know. Might be sooner than you think.
Thank you.
That's what that's what I think. Um,
Mhm.
it looks like we have some folks that are joining. We have Miss Kia, thank you. Pretty, of course. Black Dynasty NT, thank you for joining us. Vinci Shakur, he said hi. So cool. Well, let's go ahead and dive into these questions. So when you first, right, what was like the first inspiration for you to like step into this world of film and animation?
Um, it was well, one is I'm since I am faith based and I do pray a lot, so I really believe that God gives me these visions and He blesses me. So uh, part of my creative ideas do come from Him, you know, and then so it's some of 'em from my dreams, you know, some ideas. Whenever I have some very vivid dreams, I like to write them down in my dream book and start creating ideas from there.
Oh wow. And so like what age did you start, the whole drawing and writing?
2013.
Oh.
That's when my artsy side came, and then
Huh.
got my dream book, and
Yeah.
started writing ideas from there. Ever since then, I kind of expanded my creative ideas.
Oh wow. Okay. So it was
It's mostly when I have vivid dreams too.
oh nice. Okay. So it was kind of like a recent thing. Well, not recent, but later on in life, that's when you started the whole art uh journey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
And when you founded, right, Alberto Productions,
Yes.
what was the biggest dream you had for it?
Um, to be able to create opportunities for other people, you know, just like myself, just because I knew the struggle when I barely began in the beginning, and it wasn't easy. But throughout all those hardships and obstacles, um, the blessings started coming. You know, so by then I wanted to be able to create something big where I'm able to not just bless my family, but bless people out there as well. You know, especially the ones that are in the creative side, entrepreneurs, the ones that want to follow their dream as well. You know, something to look forward to where they can move forward in their lives as well.
Hmm. I love that for you, and I know that things will work its way
Yeah, as time
the
goes
way
by,
it's
I'm gonna
supposed to.
make it into a huge studio. So by then, I'm gonna have a bigger team, and
Mm,
by then, I'll have someone to run the location as I travel. You know,
hmm.
build my networks.
That's for sure. Yeah, most definitely. I can't wait to see what's in store. So you mentioned, right, in your bio being inspired by Disney and DreamWorks. What
Yes.
elements of their legacy do you hope to build upon or reshape?
Uh, it's main thing is that you know, I still have the kid inside me. You know, never went away,
Uh-huh.
and I really believe my creative side is gonna. There's some people out there, in my opinion, that work regular jobs that are kind of just like gray, gray and black, black and white, just simple colors, right? Where um there's no color at all, right? It's like the daily day job, 8 to 5,
Mhm.
and there's no emotion where they're at, And then some of them, they're creative people, just like myself, and they want to follow their dreams as well, but they got to pay their bills.
Yeah.
So, so to be able to let go of their dreams is hard because you got to be able to pay those bills as well. So they tend to forget about the color, which is all these colors, and creative side.
Mhm.
So I definitely that's where my spark of inspiration came from the DreamWorks and like the cartoons, just because some of these cartoons, they tend to leave some very positive impact, where not to forget who you are as a person, and you know stay creative, be different, stuff like that, and just not just be a robot.
Right.
Like just like every day's the same, nothing's different. And when someone wants to be different, there is everything's just normal. I don't like that normal. I like the creative side.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, going back to the film again, I'm like, wow, that was like in the very start of it, it was very reality, right? Very
Yeah.
real. And I mean, you just captured pretty much the people, everybody's walk of life where you have to survive in this real world. But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that you can't incorporate your gifts and your hidden gifts because a lot of times we don't know that we have these gifts. And God, I'm spiritual as well. So
Yeah.
God sheds light um, with the gifts that you have because He wants you to explore them and show to the world. And so, wow, were you just like, I know that going back to the film, were you just like one day, sitting at your desk or something and saying, there's more to life than this 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 or.
Well, it was more. I had these ideas already. I just didn't have it scripted. Um, and I just it's just a moment of when did I do it? I was like, I think it's time to create the film, and
Yeah.
it's just introducing characters. As time goes by, I do plan to move forward into make it into like a longer story, and the character favorable just deals with daily life situations. Very unlucky guy. A lot of things happen in his life you know. Uh, where he's at his job, he's unappreciated, and then he got fired eventually, and the girlfriend that he was with was not appreciative of him, saw him
Okay.
as a loser. So and then he trusted the wrong person, gave him
Mhm.
all the money to pay the bills, and she never paid the bills, and you know, so on other stuff that happened to him that nothing was changing, and he wanted to change. And so this magical character appeared, wanted to change his life. Now, this certain character, he does things for people. That's a magical character for a reason. And in part two, which I haven't created yet, there's gonna tell the story why Wheezy is who he is and why does he help people. And he doesn't help people for the good. He does it for another reason, but the
Mhm.
people think it's for good
Mm.
because their whole life changes, but
Yeah.
yeah, they just don't know why their whole life changes just because the magical character appears.
Ain't that the truth? There seems to be a whole lot of quote unquote magical characters in
Yeah,
this
magical
real world.
character is Wheezy. He's the
Right.
main magical character. Yeah, and then favorable. He's the main. He's just the person with daily life issues.
Right.
Nothing different. Just wants to change in his life.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that short film, and the whole when you named him favorable, I was like, that makes a lot of sense. Like everything about it makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah,
Um, because, because your favorite, suppose I don't know. I'm just throwing my opinion or like what what I took from it, I guess.
yeah,
And it's really interesting in how you depicted the whole thing because in this world, especially in the industry, you come up with a lot of different characters and primarily the Weezy character. But anyway, we're gonna
yeah.
move to the next question. Leading to the industry. How do you
Yes.
define your unique creative voice in such a competitive industry?
Yeah, this is a very good question. I appreciate you asking that question. So, uh, it's not a. I understand it is very competitive out there. At the end of the day, it's just I just want to be myself, and naturally, those people that are gonna be drawn to me, we're gonna connect and network, and I'm gonna continue following my dreams. Not just have black and white, but colors all around. A very creative side, and just follow my passions and see where these new amazing people I meet as time goes by. Because at the end of the day, it's just I'm not trying to be the best. I want to be one of the best. Because I know there's a lot of amazing people out there, and I look forward to meeting them as well too.
I like that. I like your thought process behind that for sure. Going to back to next lifetime, right? It
Yes.
explores love, timing, generational truth, relationship drama, trauma. What
Yeah.
drew you to next lifetime?
So I understand that Jay is also a creative person, and naturally, we're drawn to the same creative side because he's also an amazing entrepreneur. He also used to help me at events as well, and he would tell me like, "Hey, focus on your business a bit more." And he was right. I just sometimes I tend to get distracted on the regular life, paying the bills and stuff like that. So listening to some of his ideas was a good idea too, because at the end of the day, I knew he was also a blessing from God too, and uh, I know he stays busy out there as well. But whenever we have time, we tend to collaborate.
Oh, okay. Yes, for sure. You guys are wonderful people, and I'm truly blessed to have met you and Jay and continuing on this journey because it's a journey. It's not just a destination, right? There's
Right.
certain people in your life, and I feel um, the team with next
Yeah.
lifetime. I feel like their family, and so you're part of the family too. So this
Yeah.
is
Thank
gonna
you.
be a long journey, and
And I do love that you say journey, because there's a certain time where I was covering so many events, and it became normal to me, like the party life, the clubbing, all that. Everything was because a lot of the events I would also cover were like party places. A lot of events they would celebrate, and music, DJs, people having fun, me covering them, and eventually I was just like, that's my regular day. Every day everyone's having a great time, just me filming and covering it, and after a while, I forgot to enjoy the journey, you know, and
Mhm.
I had to ground myself, take a pause, and see where I was at. Like, hey, is this something I wanted to continue to do, or? And then I was like, you know what, it is worth it because I also get to meet other amazing entrepreneurs, and
Mhm.
some of these stories that they have inspired me as well to keep moving forward as well. And then I remember just like day by day, but also instead of moving like from the very beginning to the very end, just focus to the end goal. I realized I want to enjoy the journey, not just focus on the end goal anymore. I want to enjoy every single moment of the journey.
Mm. I love that. I love that you said because it's difficult sometimes for us to just stop, right? And actually be grateful and thankful for everything that has transpired in our lives.
Yes.
Like, even though there's bills and all this, just life situations,
Hmm.
we tend to make that more priority, which I get that we have to eat. But
Yeah.
there's like roses outside, there's the sun.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like free things that are out here from God. So,
Yeah. And there's a certain thing I did wanted to share, like about being broke, right?
yeah.
Uh there's certain times in my life when I was broke. I had no money, but that's because I invested in my future, you know.
Mhm.
I invested in the vision, and if I would tell myself like, "Hey, would you do this all over again?" I would do it without a blink of an eye. I'll do it again, you know. It was worth it just because those months were hard, you know, not having money, but
Yeah.
as time went by, it made up for it, you know. So it's like the struggles were real, but through
Right?
it.
For sure. Oh, thanks for joining Master Yo, Free Master Yo. He's on the live as well. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, how did stepping in front of the camera compare, right, to being behind it? Any surprises?
Um, so that's a good question. I love being behind the camera, but I also love being in front of the camera as well. I used to, since I covered a lot of events, you know, private events, conferences, and stuff like that. I've actually worked in education side too, and that's how I used to cover conferences as well. Um, I would be behind the scenes, but sometimes they didn't have anyone to be in the front, you know? And since I was already filming, they're like, "How come you don't be at the front?" And I'm like, "That's a good question." I'm like, "Let's find somebody else." But they didn't find anybody else. So I stepped in. I took initiative, and that's how I naturally just got in front of the camera. And I loved it because I was able to network like that as well. You know, people are like, "Hey, I've seen you here at this film. I seen you there." Uh, some random places, you know, like I don't live in Los Angeles, but when I went over there, there's just a random person that stopped me. And they're like, "Hey, can I take a picture of you? I know who you are." And I'm like, "Oh, cool." Like, and then like, are like, "How do you know me, first of all?" You know?
Right?
They're like, "I saw you this is it and at this place." I'm like, "Is that you?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, that is me." They're like, "Can we take a picture?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take a picture." And I was like, "Oh wow, so they really do watch this stuff, you know?" So I
Hmm.
was like, they really watch the videos, and that's why I was like, okay, so there's a purpose to this, you know? It's like at first I was just kind of being hard on myself, you know, like who's gonna watch it, you know? But no, people do watch it.
For sure. Yeah. You never know who's watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's really interesting. And I'm like, okay, well, hey, you never know. So
Right.
the character, right, dynamics of the film are intense, to say the
Yeah.
least.
Mhm.
How do you prepare for it, like emotionally, to portray the role with authenticity?
Um, so it's like I love improv. I
Uh-huh.
actually taken a during when I was in college, I took a improv class. And I love the creative side of that because sometimes some things naturally that you weren't expecting happen when you're in film, when you're improving, that you never thought was gonna happen. When you create a script, it's meant to be a certain way, but sometimes when you film something, yeah, you weren't expecting, looks better. Depends on the film, you
Mhm.
know. Sometimes I also learned that scripting, creating scripts and the the sketches and everything else with it, it's very important too. When you have a certain vision and idea that kind of like stricts with a very focused idea, you kind of want to have the whole process too. But when you have time, room for more ideas, and improv is also good too. They're both
Mm.
good. It's just depending on the situation.
Yeah, I have an anecdotal. So I
Mhm.
was watching a a podcast with Ryan Reynolds, and he was talking about Deadpool, and he said the director said, "Hey, do uh, the script, and then just do another. They'll take like 3 takes or something like that, and
Hmm.
they'll do like an improv or whatever, like you were saying,
Yeah,
unscripted." And usually it's just the raw footage that's
very natural.
incorporated
Yeah,
into the film.
you're like you tend to love that a bit more because you connect to it.
Yeah.
Um, it's like there's certain entrepreneurs that as much as I love improv, I'm also very professional as well, and I also want to stay kind of original too with the scripts, the film sketching, the storyboard stuff like that, right? And there's a certain person that I wanted to collaborate with, and I told them, hey, I love improv, but they're like, I won't work with you unless you have a script and storyboard and everything else. And I respected that because that's how they work. And I was like, well, now I know how I can collaborate them. I know what they like. So let's keep my clients happy. So
Right.
so yeah, so there's certain people that love certain things, and some others they like something more just you know original, something
Mhm.
that's kind of been there already, right? So it's like some people like they want to see what's the idea, right? The vision,
Mhm.
and some of them they just want to go as we film, like let's be creative and let's see where it goes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so both are good. That's how I get to meet different people and different networks, and I get to see what they like.
For sure. And that's great to have a vast catalog, because you never know when you're going to need to pivot
Yeah, and
for your
I do
clients.
like giving the actors the opportunity to be creative outside of the script, because sometimes they have an idea that can be even bigger.
Right. For sure. So, what does like breaking the boundaries mean to you personally and professionally?
Um, I don't understand that question.
Oh, just like when we were talking about scripted versus unscripted, when you're
Yeah,
going in, right, and breaking the boundary of like the scripted version.
yeah. So it's like I love both just because once when you have an idea, you script the idea, make the storyboard, sketch out the ideas, and everything's already there. When the team is already looking at it, they kind of know where to go, and the directions kind of like a little bit easier for them. Um, and when you're doing improv, you kind of have to master those skills because uh, any situation can change a lot of things. So you kind of just want to work with the however it goes. Like let me give you an idea when it comes to improv. Like when it's raining outside, that can change the way I'm gonna dress, right? Um, Well, if I love the rain, I'm still gonna go dress nice out, not outside, get wet with the rain and love it. So that's improv for me, just because I master those skill sets. I'm still gonna dress nice, go outside and enjoy the rain. And that's not gonna change the way I'm feeling. I'm actually gonna use the rain for me to be more creative with it. But when it comes to script, it's raining. And if it wasn't raining in the part of the story, now I gotta find an environment that's more controlled
Mm.
where none of that's gonna change. So it's like sometimes I like a controlled environment, and sometimes I don't like that environment to be controlled because we can be a little bit more creative, and whatever happens with that conditions, something amazing can happen from that. And then people when they watch it, they're like, oh wow, was that part of the story? Like, you know what, funny story that wasn't. That just happened. It was
For sure. Yeah, that sounds, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I like the way you improvise. You have to in this industry. So, how do you balance, right, being both a filmmaker and an
yeah.
actor? Two powerful but demanding roles.
Right. So that's another good question when it comes to the balance is just I try to feed the vision as much as I can, but sometimes opportunities uh it might be seasonal here at this, you know, like something could be seasonal here, and then when it comes to another season, that opportunity comes, you know. So I kind of just accept opportunities as they go. So it's like wherever an opportunity comes, I try to balance my time with that, and then schedule them in, and then if there's a certain project that I can't cover, that's when I start reaching out to my team, and then like, hey, we need to cover this. I need you to step in. Are you available? But yeah, so that the balance when that comes to, it's just I use my calendar. When I a long time ago, I learned that the hard way because I was double booking, triple booking, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I had this at this time, and that's part of learning, you know, getting more experience. I was like 10 years ago, right? And now that I understand, like, okay, you definitely had to have a plan book and a calendar. Make sure you write this down. Have someone on your team to also reminding you, like, hey, this is what's gonna happen, and this is the schedule for this, and it does help as well.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Black Cowhound. Amazing show. Thank you for that. And we also have Benji Shakur. He gave a shout out earlier. Um, wow. So, what advice would you give to young creatives, old creatives, or just creatives trying to get into this space, and
Yeah,
who wants to build like their own business?
you know, I love that question. Um, you have to be able to be comfortable failing. You know, learn how to fail because eventually you're gonna succeed. You gotta be comfortable uh, to be okay that you're gonna be broke for a bit, right? Because you're gonna invest in yourself, and eventually you're not gonna be comfortable anymore. You're gonna get out of that. That's when you're
Right.
uncomfortable with that life. Like, I'm tired of this. I'm gonna do something about it. But you don't realize that you already have been doing something about it, and that's when you start exploring more ideas and growing. You know, part of the business is not always sunshines and rainbows. You know, you gotta put the work in. You know, there's a lot of work behind it, and sometimes you do need help. You got to reach out to other entrepreneurs to reach out to them, collaborate with them, network with them. You know, as much as you want to do it yourself, it helps when you have a team and collaborate with other professionals as well too, because they're the ones that are gonna also expand your networks. You know, for you to be able to bless other people as well, you got to be able to be open-minded to learn from other people and grow with them too, because um, I till this day I'm still learning, you know, and there's other professionals out there that I sometimes shadow, and I learn some stuff from them. You know, sometimes we learn from each other, and that's okay. You know, because some little small little things can change a lot in your life, and those are the blessings. You know,
Yeah,
just gotta,
for sure.
but you gotta put that
Yeah.
work in. You know, there's gonna be days where you're tired and you're like, I'll wait till next week. I'll wait till tomorrow. Then it's next year, you know. You don't want that. You
Right.
wanna you wanna get it done, you know. Later on, you're like, oh, now I understand why I did this in the first place. Your
Yeah.
circle changes too, you know. There's other people out there that are also, you know, there'll be wealthy people you're gonna meet as well, you know. Eventually, you're gonna be a wealthy person yourself.
So true. I love it. And what you mentioned, your circle's going to change. That is so true
Yeah.
because it's like I don't know if it's a paradigm, but it feels like it's ebb and flow. And the people that you meet through your journey, they teach you a lesson for
Yeah.
sure. I know
Mhm.
I've learned a lot of lessons through my journey.
Yeah, and that's okay. It's part of learning and growing, you know.
For sure. Well, we're going to do a bonus fun round. You
Okay.
ready for this?
Yes, I am.
Okay. First film that made you fall in love with cinema.
Mm, there's a silly movie. it's like kung fu, but it's called Kung Fu Hustle. That movie, it's like a comedy, but also with kung fu, and it's a very silly movie, goofy. You know, if they
Mhm.
would make it into like a cartoon, it makes sense, but it was like realistic. So, but the story behind it was for me hilarious. You know, if you guys haven't watched that movie, it's an old school movie. Uh, Back when VHS was, a
Oh,
thing.
okay. Kung Fu Hustle.
Kung Fu Hustle is a good movie. If you like martial arts movies and comedy,
Oh yeah, I love it. I love that. Um, dream actor or director you'd love to collaborate with.
yeah. So it's like his. I keep forgetting his name, but something's like he's a gentleman, Aquaman. You know, from these
Oh, well, Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa. Yeah, I like to meet him. I like his energy. You know, like I look forward to meeting people with that kind of energy. You know, because at the end of the day, they make me feel, like I love what I do. You know, and when
Mhm.
I meet people like that, that they love what they do with that kind of energy, uh, I want to be able to keep up with that kind of energy myself. You know, so it's like he's an
Yeah,
amazing actor, amazing person. You know, very goofy. I
yeah,
like being goofy myself sometimes. So
for sure.
that's the goal one day to be able to meet him.
Yeah, come on, Jason Momoa. Please
Yeah,
be
Jason
Alberto
Momoa. One day, one
Productions.
day.
I'll be there when you meet him. Okay, don't forget about me.
I will.
um, so most challenging part of being a creative entrepreneur.
Uh, um, Daily life situations, things happen, you know, there's certain times where you do want to give up because sometimes things slow down and that's okay. Sometimes, out of nowhere, so many blessings come and then out of nowhere it just calms down. And that's okay. Sometimes that's part of the process of success too, you know. So I had to learn how to balance that out too, just because there's times where it slowed down for me and I got easily distracted to want to do other stuff like focus on just regular life situations, life. And I was like, okay, uh, don't forget about my vision, so I kind of always had to come back. And I also have my vision board. I have pictures that I look at every day to not forget. So I want to make sure to remind myself, like, hey, this is the main vision, don't lose focus. So as much as like I love photography, I love film too. So
Mm, for sure. Yeah, that's it's definitely easily to lose focus. So I'm glad that
yeah,
you
it
have
can be,
that
especially
vision.
when life does happen, you're just like, oh man, what do I do now? And sometimes
Yeah,
you can, I speak for myself, sometimes I'm hard on myself. So,
right.
but thankfully I have an amazing team that when they see me be hard on myself, they're like, hey, don't be too hard on yourself now, cause stay focused, there's a bigger goal that you're focusing in on. Don't forget that, stay focused. And that really does help me to stay focused too. 'Cause sometimes we do need someone else to give you that little push,
For
sometimes you
sure.
take a pause and you don't know where to go. And sometimes you already knew where you were going. You just
Yeah,
don't know what's on the other side yet. So you're like, so you have people that give you a little push to keep moving
yeah,
forward.
for sure, for sure. Thanks for joining Protect the Brand and Cino SK brand page. Thank you. Um, and so, what is your favorite guilty pleasure movie?
um there's see, trying to think. So ask that question one more time.
Favorite guilty pleasure movie?
um Trying to think was like, so hot rod.
Oh,
I love it. Yeah. It's very
okay.
goofy. It's goofy, but it's fun. I like silly, goofy movies, and I enjoy that movie, even though it's very silly. You know,
Yeah. There's
Nacho
this,
Libre.
yeah, that's weird. I like
I love,
Cheech and Chong.
Hey, that's
She's
a good
just
one too.
and there's
Yeah.
another one. Is did you mention Hot Shots? Well, Hot
Uh,
Shots is the you know who I'm talking.
Hot Rod.
Oh, Hot Rod. I don't haven't tried. I haven't seen. I don't know if I've seen Hot Rod, but I don't know if it's called Hot Shot. It's an old film, I think in the 80s, and
Uh,
and I think I'm trying. He's a well. They're both well known actors, but forgive me for not remembering their names. But
okay.
basically, so it was like a love scene, like a romantic
Yeah.
scene, but it was
Mhm.
funny. And
Yeah.
so the guy opened up the refrigerator, took like an egg out or something, and bacon, and was like
Mhm.
frying it on the lady's stomach. I don't know. I think it's called hot. But anyway, so that was very
That's
interesting.
hilarious.
Um, so what one word best describes you on set?
Um, see, say creative for sure.
Okay, I
Yeah.
can definitely
It's,
see that.
yeah, I love the creative side, and I sometimes there's certain ideas that I have, and when I
Uh-huh.
meet certain entrepreneurs, they also have an idea, and I want to also incorporate their idea with my ideas. So I'm always open-minded to bring their ideas with my ideas, especially if they're collaborating with me.
Mhm.
Their idea might be amazing, and I don't know until I find out, right? So sometimes we give it a try and like let's see where that idea goes, and it makes the project even better too. Yeah,
Okay.
that's something I did learn a while back, just because there's certain ideas, vision boards that I have, and then I'm like, okay, this is how it's gonna be. But once I meet other collaborators, I'm like, okay, well, they also have an amazing idea that I want to add into the film as well. And once people actually see it, they're like, whoa, we love that. I was like, well, that was actually their idea and my idea. We just brought ideas together and made this happen.
I love that. Um, so your if your life had a theme song, what would it be?
Uh, I love Bob Marley, One
Oh,
Love. I love that song. It's
uh,
beautiful.
yes, I love that song too. Okay.
Yeah.
Go to snack during late night editing sessions.
Yeah. Um, I would say a, a cookie,
Oh, what
maybe some
kind?
like a maybe like any cookie I find like chocolate cookie or
Oh, okay.
uh, or something I can snack on like a peanuts, um, bag of chips, anything that I can find that I can snack on for a little.
Oh, okay. And what place in the world you love to shoot a film?
Um, that would be there's certain places I do want to travel to film. One of them was Paris. I want to go there. I also want to go to London. I want to go to New York, cover a couple film projects over there, and Tokyo, Japan as well.
Okay.
And then any other projects wherever the opportunities come from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, that sounds like fun. Paris and Tokyo. Director's chair or acting spotlight, which gives you the biggest thrill?
Mm, I would say director for sure, just because there's certain vision and ideas that I love, and as much as I love being on in like behind the camera or on camera as well, I do like helping and directing ideas to make them to actually create the idea. Sometimes from what I've seen, um, when there's a group of a team, sometimes they don't know where to go. You know,
Mm,
when you get that experience and you have that experience, you kind of know where to direct the situation, how it should be, and that helps the team. So sometimes there's times where you want to be, directing, and sometimes even directors they want to be in film too. They're like,
yeah,
oh, this is perfect. I want to be on this too.
yeah. It
Yeah.
changed up the monotony, right?
It does.
sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it changes.
For sure. If you could give your younger self one message, what would it
Yeah.
be?
I would have told myself, started younger for sure. Should have done it when I was a bit more younger.
Mm.
Instead of going to job and not liking the jobs that I was being at, focus more on myself, invest more in myself, and grow my business a bit more at a younger age. But that's okay. I learned and I grew from that, and uh, it's a good age still to move forward.
Yes, of course. You're still young.
Yes.
I'm still young. I'm 27.
Yeah,
Um,
you're still young.
there you
And you're
go.
doing an amazing job, by the way. Just being able to help a lot of entrepreneurs getting their voice out there. You have the heart to be able to share their stories, and on my side, I'm really grateful for you, and I appreciate you for that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alberto. I'm really not 27, but I'm not going to tell my age in the camera. I
Well,
have told my age in
I
camera, but
see.
you guys
Okay,
have to find it on one of
I
my
understand.
one of the
I
videos.
would have believed that. I thought you were 27.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, of
Um,
course. Mhm.
if someone listened to this episode right 10
Yes.
years from now, this episode, what's one message or legacy you hope they remember
Mhm.
from Mr. Alberto Vargas?
Uh, yeah. So, I love sports, and like there's certain players out there that are rookies, and they're star rookies, and people that collect the cards when it comes to certain rookie cards of certain players out there. As time goes by, that's worth something, Like fast forward 10 years from now, whatever they invested in for that person, 10 years from now it's going to be way different. They're gonna be like, oh wow, I remember when I got this, and 10 years from now, like they're this, their whole life has changed. Like they're well known out there, and when they have a certain piece that they hold, that also brings wealth for them too. So that's how I see it. Like I'm a rookie person right now, even though I already have a good amount of experience when it comes to animation. I just started a couple months ago, but as time goes by, these people that invested in me, I want to make sure they're wealthy later in the future as well.
I love that thought process. Same here. Same here. Definitely, it's sharing the wealth, and that's what it's all
Yeah.
about for
When you're
sure.
out there as well doing an amazing job, continuing to do this, fast forward 10 years from now, you're gonna be like, hey, I remember Alberto. Look what he's doing now.
Right? um, so how was your experience with Anthony 360?
Uh, I love it. You're very friendly and very welcoming, and your energy is amazing. So, I see why you love what you do. I definitely give you props and kudos for you to be able to do what you love, because at the end of the day, I do appreciate you being able to have this open space for me to be able to speak with you. I know we're both busy people, but I love that you're able to make some time and be able to collaborate with me. So thank you for that. And anyone that hasn't had the opportunity with the I know 360, don't miss out on that opportunity. 'Cause, go get share your story, share your voice, and share your creative side. Your entrepreneur side, and you never know who's watching at the end of the day, and the next person that's might change your life in the near future with those networks might be watching.
So true. Well, before I let you go, let me
Yes.
go ahead and show the audience where to find you. First of all, let's see here. Okay, here we go. So this is his Instagram at Alberto Productionz with a Z. So make sure you tap into his Instagram, and then let me go ahead and show your. Let me go ahead and let's see. 1 second. Screen. Okay. Your Facebook. I'm getting there, guys. So it looks like Alberto Productionz, 2 words, and a cute animation guy here that he
If you
has.
see right, if you see right there, you'll see on the very end of the corner of the photos, you'll see Laila Ali, and then at
Oh,
the bottom you'll see Common.
oh,
Yes, on those pictures on CO photos.
okay. Let's
Yeah, you'll see right there Laila Ali
see.
speaking, and then
Oh,
also yeah, right.
over here.
Nope, another
Oh, here.
picture. The one with the coat, the pink coat.
Oh, the one with the pink coat. Let me see here.
Yeah, you see
Oh,
the
let me
picture right there with
see.
the pink coat. Yeah, that's
This one.
yeah, that one right there. That's Laila Ali. She was
Oh,
amazing.
oh wow. Okay.
Very good person out there. And then
Common.
moving down, you'll see Common right there. Also an amazing
Wow.
person. He got to freestyle out there, so at the event. It was
Oh
awesome.
wow. That's really cool. Yeah, definitely. Wow, you have a lot of different things going on here, Mr. Alberto. Uh,
Yeah, and you'll see more stuff on uh I'm
oh,
going to be
here's
posting more on YouTube on Alberto Productions. Probably yeah,
okay.
I'll be posting more on YouTube and on TikTok. You can find
Okay.
me there as well.
Yeah, let me
Uh,
go ahead and share with the audience. That way they can see. Hold on, let me see. I want to make sure that I show all your different handles so that way people can tap in. Make sure you follow him, guys, okay? Right here. Oh, speaking about follow.
yeah,
TikTok Alberto Productions. I like doing because I'm the same way. I like to just do one day and just have it structured like
yeah,
that.
easier for people to find.
Yeah, this is so cool. Definitely. Okay. And then let's see, we did the Facebook. Let me go in to do the YouTube. This is the the YouTube that I was just like, oh my gosh, it's so funny.
Yeah,
It's called a favorable short film. And let me go ahead and go to his page. Here you go. Can you see it?
yeah. So
Okay.
make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's where I'm gonna be uploading new content as well, and that's where I'm also gonna release Favorable 2, the animation.
Wow. This is so good. By the way, this is your GT for the film, or you actually drive the?
Now
I
that
love
that
the
was just
purple.
that
I
was
love the purple.
thank you. That was my first car I've gotten, and that was a couple years back when I wanted to paint the car, so I did a Galaxy theme. And then
Oh
you'll
yeah,
see
yeah.
some there, like some short skits, fashion shows. So whenever I have time, I try to post on YouTube. And
Okay.
yeah, so most likely I'll be yeah, I'm gonna post animations there, and then a couple more other projects that I want to cover for film projects when it came to events as well.
Well, I can't wait. I would love to see animation or something of that sort with that car. I'm a vehicle person. I like race cars, like Fast and Furious too.
Yeah,
So
I'll tell
yeah.
you one thing, Annette. So when I release film 2, when it comes to um, Favorable 2,
Uh-huh.
I'd like to have another conversation with you again on your
Oh
podcast.
yeah. Okay. That sounds great. Well, that's for sure. I love this. And let me go ahead and let's see here. I'm gonna get out of here. And let's see. Is there any other um thing that you would like to tell the audience of upcoming projects or anything of that sort?
Um, so the projects that I'm working on right now, trying to find a balance with them because I am working on several projects. So I do have a list, a book of lists that I'm working on, and I kind of just check them off the list. Like, okay, so this is the project I'm working on next. This is the film project I need to cover, so on. And then when I have a little bit more time available, that's when I start posting more in social media and stuff like that. So it's like once I have a little bit more time, that's when I'm gonna release a bit more of the projects, film projects that I covered. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but at the end of the day, I do appreciate you guys for watching. So, thank you guys for watching.
Well,
And
thank you
thank you.
so Thank you so much. And please, let's continue to support the Unity for Social Justice. Let's free Monster Yo, Prentice Banks, Jay Burton, and our brothers and sisters that are in need of support. This has been a broadcast of Showing Love Full Circle between Mr. Alberto Vargas, Alberto Productionz with a Z. Don't forget to tap in.
For executive producer, associate producers, on-set experience as well. That's also a reward that you're able to get. So if you invest into Next Lifetime, you will be, featured on the end credits. Of course, the higher the tiers, the more involved you will be, the more signing, as far as like poster signage that you get from the cast and crew. And yeah, man, this is just the process of building something very special. This is the beginning, especially if you're watching this and the movie's already out. You already did your research on Next Lifetime. You just watched it, like, I got to see more. This all started as a dream before you watched it in theaters. And just always believe in yourself, right? Just believe, have the audacity to start. Don't filter yourself no matter what it is.
What's up, man?
What are you doing?
I'm training your mom.
So how can schools, right, communities and organizations become proactive, not reactive when it comes to like violence prevention?
I think they should allow platforms like us into their facility. Somebody that can bring that different dynamic, because if like technically that's where the misbehaved children first go. That's the school. Right. So that's one of the places that they have to be at first. And a lot of these schools, like, come on, you got 23, you got 30 students in a class. You know what I mean? How can that one teacher provide that one-on-one that a lot of these students need? We teach them financial literacy starting at 8 years old.
That's great.
Hit that real word on their own.
Yeah.
They already know what to do. They already, they know credit, business credit, how to structure their brand, and even with a lot of these, these entertainers, these young entertainers that's under their parents. That's a lot of the parents that can receive some of this valuable information.
People will tell you all kinds of stuff because they're not doing it.
Right, exactly.
And not only that, we need more people to do it. So that way we can come together as a community, because we need these leaders. We need people to be out here and shepherding our youth, right? The babies that need our help and attention, because they don't have any guidance here, but we need the leaders to give the guidance.
Yeah.
And you being one of them. So I applaud you for that.
Appreciate it. Yeah, and I took the initiative to reach out to people. And the Lord, he has his way of finding the like-minded people and aligning me up with them. So, I got sponsors by nonprofits like Philly Woods 7. Shout out to Sean Frog Banks.
What would real gun violence prevention look like if it was centered healing, as which we were talking about, not just policing?
So when you focus on healing and not, because that's, we were talking about it earlier, that's a system disruptor. It's focused on, it's funny, everything that's wrong with it, you see it now. It's focused on policing. You know what, people get tired of being afraid. They rise up. Everything in history has taught us that. That's why I tell, like, my mentality is not how it make me feel. There's statistics and numbers for all of this stuff. So show me how it works. Show me how policing has dramatically not only decreased gun violence, but maintained that decreased stance wherever you're talking about it was decreased at. You don't get both of them. You get one of the two. Yeah.
So why do you think we still treat emotional intelligence like a luxury in schools, and what's the cost of ignoring it?
The stuff that we see happening in the schools, that's it's funny having this conversation with professionals because I worked in that environment, right? I understand the politics of it, and I think a lot of times when people talk about their frustrations with school districts and what's happening in the educational realm or what's happening with youth, they miss that part. Your educators, the people that's in those spheres, are limited in what they do and what they can do. So being an individual who understands that, but now kind of operates in a rogue capacity, I get to kind of call that for what it is. And that's the problem. As long as you treat it like emotions don't matter, you'll experience relationships, conversations, and opportunities, everything. Like, find something to be grateful about. It'll help you with your anxiety. It'll help you with your anger, your depression, jealousy, anything. You have so much in your life to be grateful about. Do your best to find it. Get a sheet of paper every day. Write down 10 things you're grateful for. The way the wind was blowing. It don't got to be super deep. The way the wind was blowing. You're grateful that your family caught. See? Look at that. See? That's what I'm saying. That's an orange on a vine, Alicia. That's an orange on a vine. See that? See that right there? Look at that. Be bold. See that? Get that orange and put it on the vine, guys. You take that orange and you put it. Don't you listen to the Alicia's.
Going to the grocery stores, getting shot. We got people going to the gas stations, getting shot. And we're talking broad daylight early in the morning, 8, 9. We got to change the narrative. We got to get our kids back. And we got to learn their language. See, we can't just point our fingers and say, you need to do this, you need to do that, because we done lost our kids. So we got to be smart enough to learn to listen and learn their language, and then help them to regroup and do that 360 so they don't end up in the penitentiary system or in the graveyard.
Check, my draft class ain't got shit to do with my skill set. Baseline corner, mid-range assassin I'm still with. Box in the corner, please ain't even worth my brim sweat.